Our theme is through the doorway to the absence of illusion. And the stories told, it suggested, provide us with the pieces of the key that opens this door. The first piece through the stories was to stop trying. The second piece was to stop wanting. And the third, in last night's story, was evoked by the story itself and has no doubt risen up for you as an awareness, realization. And tonight is the fourth piece, the final piece of that which creates our key, the key that opens the door to the absence of illusion. And it's a true story, the true story of a very great Sufi saint who was put into jail because he was accused of spreading heresy against the faith of the day. But whilst he was in jail, he was permitted to receive a carpet on which to say his daily prayers, a carpet made by his wife, who was a weaver. So every day, at the times of prayer, he knelt on his carpet, putting his head at its head to say his prayers. But after some time, he became friendly with the guards. And he said to the guards, if you provide me with the tools and the materials, since I am a worker of metals, and it is known that your salaries are very little, I can fashion for you small articles that you can sell in the market to augment your salaries. And this is exactly what happened. The guards would bring the materials, and they provided him with the tools, and he fashioned little ornaments which they took to the market and sold, and indeed increased their salaries and the qualities of their lives. But after some time, one day, the jailers went down to the cell in which the Sufi saint had been to find the door open and the saint no longer there. Sometime later, those things that he had been accused of were put aside. He was a free man again. But one day he met the magistrate who had sent him into incarceration. And the magistrate asked him, how did you escape from the prison. And the saint told his story. I am a worker of metals. When my wife brought my prayer rug to me, I could see immediately that she had woven a keyhole into the carpet, and every time I placed my head on this carpet, I had a recognition of the key that would unlock this door. She had gone to the locksmith who had made the locks for the prison, and he had given her the design of the keyhole. So when it was asked of the workers to bring the tools and implements to create those things which would help them in their lives, I was able to keep the pieces, and out of these pieces I was able to fashion the key that freed me from my prison. This is the fourth piece. And when we put these pieces, given to you in the form of stories, we have the key to open the door that takes us into the absence of illusion. What is this fourth piece? What is it that this story tells us? This great Sufi sheikh started an order which was called the Weavers. And when we recognize that every character, every symbol, every archetype, and every story is a part of our self, what arises out of this story as this final piece, and when we put them together, we have the key that unlocks the door to the absence of illusion. Every day, the great sheikh placed his head on his carpet, recognizing the design, the shape of the keyhole that required the key to open. Put these four pieces together. The first two made very clear. Stop trying. Stop wanting. But from your own knowing, with the possibility that these stories will have invoked in you your knowing from your own experiences of what the last two pieces are. What are they? So we have several more days and several more stories. But the key is yours. Fashion it. For yourself.